Hello guys, I welcome you to another tutorial. I am Daisy of that Daisy Culture. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a kimono jacket. Very simple and very easy to do. So I'll be making use of this silk fabric, and I'll be using this for um, the color I mean. So just to I might eventually not use it, but anyways, so this is what I plan to use for now. So now let's get started. What you need to do is the biggest part of your measurement, in most cases, which is the hip. So you divide it into four. Okay, then you fold it, but I already folded my fabric into four because I want to be cutting the front. I'll be cutting the front and the back piece together. Okay, so it's much more easier that way. So my fabric is folded into four, so I'm cutting the fabric, both the front and back together. So you divide your hip measurement, or the largest part of your measurement, into four. And after doing that, you add 2 inches because it's a kimono jacket, so it has to be a bit free on the body, plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So you're adding 3 inches to your largest part of your measurement. Okay, so the length, I'm going to be using length 45. So I'll be using length 45. So these are just your basic measurements. Okay. And the shoulder. The shoulder, I'm going to be adding to the shoulder, so that it's going to fall off a bit from the shoulder to give it that look. But you can decide to make yours exactly on the shoulder, but I want it to fall a bit. So the shoulder is 14.5, so that's 1.25. So I'm going to be making it 8 inches. So I'll be making the shoulder 8 inches. My neck width, I'm going to be using 3 inches. Yeah, so I'll be coming down. This is going to be my start line. So I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. But you can actually go a bit down than that. But okay, so 1 inch down. So for the armhole, I'll be coming down by 8 inches. Okay, coming down by 8 inches. I think I'm okay, but for the sleeve is going to be very free, so you can decide to make it a bit loose so that it won't be, just to give it that vibe. So everything is dependent on you anyways. So I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to be using that. And my waistline 16, and then my hip line. Okay, so these are just your basic horizontal measurements. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be the chest line, waistline, and hip line, and this is going to be the M line. I hope we can see. I don't think the chalk is that visible. Okay, so let me bolden it. Yeah. So just like you're drafting your basic measurements. So this is 8 inches. Okay, so now the bust circumference. The bust the bust is 35. Yeah, 35 divided by 4, 8.75 plus 2 inches, 2 inches allowance plus 1, that's 11.75. So I'm going to be putting that here. Okay, yeah. So now the next thing, the waist is 25.25 divided by 4 plus 3, that's 9.3125. If you don't know, this is 9.3125. so if you don't know, that is that. So I'll be placing it on this, and then our hips is 34.5 divided by 4 plus 3, so that's 11.625. This is 11.625 if you don't know how to read your tape. So 11.625. Okay, so I'll be using, that will be what I'll be using, so for the M as well. So I'm just trying to connect. So you just connect. Sorry. So just connect, then you make your curve line. So for the back, I'm going to be using 1.5. Okay, so after that I'll just cut, and after cutting I'm going to bring out the back measurement, the back, so that, because we are still going to further alter the front. So I'll just cut it out and then I'll show you what next to do. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've cut it out. So now I'll just bring out a single piece. So this is going to be the back. Okay, so I'll just arrange. Okay, so now this is what you're going to do from the neck width here. So you just come down like V shape, because we want the front to be separate. Okay, so that is what we're trying to do here. Okay, yeah. So from the neck width here, so you just come down by V shape, and then you keep on going down like this, and make sure it gets slimmer. Okay, make sure it gets slimmer as you go down. So that's about that. So now I'm just going to cut and move to the next. Okay, so now I'm done. So we have to, so now the next thing is to sew. So this is what you're going to do. This is the back and this is the first piece of the front. So you hold and then you sew by ½ inch. Then you do the same thing for this other side. You attach, and okay, I think this is for this, yeah. So for that, you sew your 1 inch down. You do the same thing for the other side, you sew it down. So after that, you cut out your sleeve as well. So you cut out your sleeve as well. If you're going to be adding another fabric to it. So you can just subtract. Let's say you want 12 inches and you want to add another fabric, you know, to give it that contrasting look. So you just subtract that from your sleeve measurement. So if you want 2 inches, you can just so the main fabric will be 10 inches, and then this is going to be 2 inches plus ½ inch joining allowance. So that is going to be half. So I'm going to join, and I'm going to cut out my sleeve, and I'll show you the next thing to do. Okay guys, so I tried to cut the sleeve on camera. So if you want to cut the sleeve, since we're not drafting any pattern, so all you need to do, you take the measurement of the armhole like this. So I have about 11 inches. Okay, that's plus the sewing allowance, so that's 11 inches. And don't forget, when our armhole opening was 8 inches, so place your 8 inches on fold. So this is, I folded this into 4, okay, because I'm going to be cutting the 2 sleeves together. So that's it. I'm just adding, so it's better for it to be excess than for it not to. So you just don't forget, what we need is 11 inches. So after making your curve, you can just measure it. So you measure it, and then you cut out. Okay, so you just do that, you measure it, and you cut out. You don't need to shaping it, because you know we want it to fall. But if you still want to shaping it, it's all dependent on you. Okay, so that's that about that. So I'm going to join it together, and I'll show you the next thing to do. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead to join, and I've gone ahead to, you know, lock the inside. I've locked the inside. I've attached the sleeve to it. You can see I tried to add this to it. So I used 2.5 on fold. So that's I joined with ½ inches. So that's 2 inches. So you can see it's giving us the vibe that we want. Okay, so now over to the last thing. So I'm going to be attaching this, you know, the collar to give it that kimono-ish, you know, vibe. Let's just put it that way. So what you need to do is you measure round the 2 sides. So we are going to know the amount of fabric that is going to pass through this side. If you've watched to this point and you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe. Please help us to grow. You know, you subscribing, you liking, you sharing the video is going to give me, you know, that peace of mind that yes, I'm impacting someone, or people are gaining from this channel. So please, that is what I stand to gain, just to impact you so you learn. So I'll know that I'm impacting you. So please kindly like, share, and subscribe. So this is 120.5. So I'm going to be cutting that length on this. So I'll be using 4 inches. So I'm going to be cutting 8 inches on fold. So 4 inches like this. So when I open it up, it's 8 inches, because I'm going to be attaching it folded like this. So the length is going to be 120.5 inches. Then the width on fold is going to be 4 inches. So I'm going to cut that. After cutting that, after you cut that out, you can see the way I attached this to the sleeve. So you're going to do the same thing to this collar or center piece. I don't know the name to call it. So I'll attach. It's going to be on fold, and I'll place it right side facing right side, and I'm going to sew round like this, and you iron out, and your kimono is ready. You hem and your kimono is ready. You can see the way I did this. You fold, and then you place on the right side and you sew round. Then you serge it if you have a serger, and you hem it, and you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to iron out, and peradventure I'll show you the final result. So